Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on crypto, and we're walking through today's Sunday Roundup. It's actually a gorgeous day here in New York. People golfing, just enjoying the day, beautiful breeze. I might actually stay out here and work today. It's freaking awesome. It's supposed to get up to like 81, 82, so that's great. Um, if you're like me and you woke up this morning, um, God bless. um, you woke up to some really good green numbers. Um, one of my favorite coins, Polygon, was over $1. I told you before that was my number. But let's talk about things that are going to take us a bit further along. You've got, I think people are sleeping on FTX. FTX is making serious chess moves. And I mean some serious chess moves. Um, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been calling FTX a derivatives company and not a crypto exchange. Why is that? It's because they've made moves to be able to sell futures, get involved in stock trading. They've invested in Robinhood. They're also a competitor to Robinhood. So those are reasons alone to want to pay attention to what they're doing, right? Um, I told you before that it's easier for a traditional financial institution to go over into crypto, but it's very hard for crypto company to go over into traditional finance. And that is a huge big deal. So right now what I'm looking for is the attempt from crypto to keep encroaching onto traditional finance. But more importantly, I'm looking for traditional finance to start picking off crypto. And why? I said earlier this week, you've got, BlackRock perfectly positioned to pick off Coinbase. Perfectly positioned. I mean, you couldn't be more perfectly positioned, right? Plus, they're sitting on a buttload of money. They could do whatever they want. BlackRock actually is involved in more things than you think, whether directly or indirectly. So that's something that I would pay attention to. I would pay attention to all the banks that are making strategic moves in the crypto space. For BlackRock to be making such broad stroke moves into crypto, that says that Larry Fink has decided, well, maybe personally I'm not a big fan of crypto, but there's no denying what crypto is and what it's all about, right? Then you have something like Coinbase faltering and now cutting that deal with BlackRock. Again, perfectly positioned to take over Coinbase, or at the very least, perfectly positioned to influence who could take over Coinbase. People think I'm nuts, but pay attention. Coinbase is definitely in a place where it can get picked off, no matter how much money it has in the bank, no matter how much cash it has in the bank. It doesn't matter. There are those companies that are out there that have more money, far more. Something else that I'm paying attention to is the merge. The merge isn't fully baked in. Vitalik Buterin, you know, feels the same way. The price of, the positive pricing of the merge does not is not priced in, is not there. So if it's not fully baked, you have a long way to go. That's a lot of runway. People are talking about, I saw a report, Coinbase is saying, well, L2s could chew into the positive aspect of Ethereum's merge and blah, 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 blah. I'm sitting back and I'm just saying to myself, I really wish Coinbase would shut up. Take care of your own house before you start giving advice to others, because your house is fucked. Excuse my language, but seriously, it's really messed up, right? And to be sitting out there giving out ideas about how this and how that, don't play the numbers game. Provide a service, let that speak for itself. You want to expand the number of services you have, the kinds of services you have, good, stick to that. But right now, you have other exchanges that really could come in and eat Coinbase's lunch, which is why I think Coinbase is, could be on the block. It might not be officially on the block, but I would be surprised if absolutely no other company has walked up and said, hey, want to get bought? I mean, perfectly positioned. So I'd be looking for more things like that. I'd be looking for FTX to make more strategic moves. You want to know who actually surprises me is Binance. CZ and Binance shock me that they are not positioning themselves the way FTX is. Binance is number one in the world, but FTX is working extremely hard to change that. Extremely hard. Now, there's more than enough money to go around, but I think the company that is better positioned across several different markets, crypto, stock, whatever, I think that's the company that's actually going to win, that's going to do something. I was looking at some of the moves of Visa and MasterCard, right? Where they are providing cards to cryptos so that they can do things like Shiba Inu has a Visa card. That's great. It's a great way to to leverage your crypto. And I spoke about this last week. It's a really cool way to leverage your crypto, but but without disrupting how you normally operate. Now, my issue with that is that there's no advantage to the store owner. They'd still have to be dealing with Visa and MasterCard's old ass freaking infrastructure, and still be paying them for these so-called services. To me, that's a problem, right? So it's great that Shiba Inu and other companies, other protocols have these cards where you can leverage that. I think there's a better way. I think a native implementation, an OTC implementation of crypto is a far better way to go. Meaning, it's more like I'm at a store, I whip out cash, I pay the store owner, right? That's a transaction between two entities, me and the store owner. I also want to make it so that when I walk into the store, I want to whip out my Bitcoin and pay via Bitcoin or Doge or Matic. That it's, again, a transaction between two entities, me and the store. What I don't want is for that store owner to have to take my card, lose a percentage, right? Whatever that percentage is, 1.9%, 3.9%, 4.9%, whatever that percentage is, why should they lose that and have to wait for their money and still have to wait 30 days or 60 days, whatever that credit card's rule is for a given type of transaction? So my company, Rebel Vito, is implementing an OTC native crypto implementation. I mean, we want to empower businesses to do business. We want to empower businesses to make more money. We want to make it easy for people that have crypto wallets to conduct business with those businesses directly. Have a flat price and simply allow commerce to prosper. In the end, everybody starts to save money. Everybody starts to understand how to better manage their funds, their digital assets, and it becomes even more mainstream. So Rebel Vino is doing it. My other company, Rebel Reach, which is the actual hosting company, is doing it. We'll be rolling that out this week. So you're the first to know. I kept my promise. I told you guys you'd be the first to know. Now you know. We'll be sending out press releases soon, reaching out to people. But the whole idea is we're going to introduce Web3 tech to regular businesses without it being high cost, without them having to join a network, without them having to have additional things beyond a crypto wallet. And of course, an e-commerce store. As crypto grows, they'd be able to use that same platform to do transactions in person. Some transactions happen very quickly. A Bitcoin transaction can happen in 10 minutes. It really can. It's a little bit more expensive, but It really can. It's less expensive than other things that you might do. Now, am I going to be able to go to the store anytime soon, pick up a bag of, what is it, 50 cents now or a dollar for a bag of chips? Remember, it used to be 25 cents. I'm old. Am I going to be able to buy that bag of chips with crypto? I don't think anytime soon because it's such a low number and, processing fees cost that much. But for the larger transactions, absolutely. Absolutely. So it's something that I'm looking forward to. What I'm looking for the next week is a bit of profit taking, a bit of FOMO, because you see everything going up. Look at Ethereum. I'm up over 80%, you know, given my strike price. I bought when it's high, I bought when it's low. That averages out, based on the numbers, and it gives me a strike price. I'm 80% in the black, right? And a lot of my coins, a lot of the coins that I've chosen have picked up. I carry about 14 coins. Some for transactional purposes, some for holding, and some for, just investment purposes. Like trading. Looking at everything, I think this week you're going to see more people start to get in. You're going to see more money come off the sidelines. Something that, I heard this morning that, if you did a little bit of research, you'd know this. Do your own research, you'd know this. When the merge happens, there's a lot of money staked on the side. You're not going to see that automatically hit. They've got to hold that for a period of time after the merge. So you're going to get a nice pop on that. Then when that money starts coming in, you'll get a little bit of a dip, maybe, and then it'll continue. I'm not saying it's going to be a straight line up. Nothing's ever a straight line up. Nothing's ever, well, sometimes it can be a straight line down. Sorry. But you'll start to see everything. I'm expecting everything to kind of hit bands, operate within a band, hit a new band, operate within a band, and continue. Until, of course, you start to have more news hit. Now, there are macro events that can drop the market, but I think there are some positive micro events that can drive the market up. Do I expect to see Bitcoin at $30,000 by the end of the year? Do I have that level of confidence? It's highly possible. It's highly possible. Do I think it'll hit by the end of the year? You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes, you can. But at that same time, I think we could possibly revisit the already baked in low, right? Our low is like 17.6. That was the low, around there. So I could see that. But until the end of the year, I really think that the market's going to trend up. And I think it can trend up enough where Bitcoin could get back to 30,000. I think it can get back to 30,000 and it'll come back down, right? And then it'll build again. But I think you're going to see more and more adoption. And I think that's what people forget about is the adoption. And that's what my companies are doing, Rebel Vino and Rebel Reach. By offering simple services to regular businesses, helping them enter the Web3 space, protecting their names, their brands, that kind of thing, giving them an e-commerce platform that's already got crypto built in, kind of helping them to future-proof themselves for a period of time. As that adoption continues, don't discount that. Adoption is actually a long-tail macro event that is going on right now. The more adoption there is, the more usefulness there is, the more people start to leverage things. That's how it'll go up. Over time, that's what I believe. How am I going to be investing? I'll still be DCAing. I DCA'd when everything was down here, and I'll keep DCAing, even though it's going up a little bit. Why? Because no coin is even near its all-time highs. I'm not sleeping on Ripple or XRP. I'm not sleeping on Algorand. Algorand is going to be bigger than what people think. Cardano is going to be bigger than what people think. Polygon, Matic, Ethereum, these things are going to be bigger than what people think as time moves forward. So I think ultimately we're going to see brand new highs hit in the 2023 timeframe, right? In that 12 months, I think you're going to see major movement in the cryptoverse. And you'll start to see things kind of shake out, filter out, and that's what's going to help drive things going forward. You'll take little hits on what people perceive to be bad news, but if you look at everything right now, I'm saying to myself, well, was CEX, for example, they're in a bad place right now, still having arguments with Binance about who's in control. Either one of them saying the other one is in control. That's a weird situation. However, the market seems to be handling it just fine. You have a few exchanges that have basically said, we're done. When I look at that, I just see that shakeups are actually becoming a good thing, right? Because they're filtering out the bad stuff and we're getting more involved in the good stuff. Now, I'm not a person that's totally against centralized exchanges, but I see a lot of centralized exchanges teetering on the possibility of not being around anymore. And the ones that are taking it long and slow, positioning themselves for future success to pick up those accounts, like I said, don't sleep on FTX. They have been picking up accounts everywhere. Don't sleep on crypto.com either. They've been making moves. They're smaller, so they don't get as much press as everybody else, but they've been making moves. Coinbase could be making moves, but man, I don't know. This guy Armstrong, I don't know. Maybe they need to swap him out because it's been a series of missteps. BlackRock is the best step he could have done, and they didn't actually get a big boost out of that. They got a boost, don't get me wrong, they got a boost, but they didn't get a big boost. I think all of the centralized exchanges, I think all of the cryptoverse needs to take a step back, look at current regulation, look at possible upcoming regulation, and make adjustments. That means mature. Anyway, this is Eddie J on Crypto. This was today's Sunday Roundup. If you like what I'm doing, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, absolutely hit the notification bell so you know when I'm dropping a new video. And we're gonna have a new surprise for you in the coming months. Before Christmas, we're gonna make a major announcement about Eddie J on Crypto. Anyway, you have a good one. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. It's beautiful out.